In the straddle pot, we see an early position limp followed by an $80 raise. My opponent in the small blind calls, and I decide to make a somewhat speculative call with 6-3 of hearts in the blind. We go 4 ways to the flop, which is the 4 of diamonds, 4 of clubs, 3 of clubs, giving me bottom pair. It checks all the way around, and the turn is the 8 of hearts. Now the small blind player leads out for $125. Small blind player would have been checking and flow on the flop, so I think they have a lot of flush draws here and some straight draws. Obviously, bottom pair is not amazing here, but I think versus the small size, once checked around on the flop, I can make the call on the turn. So I flick in the 125. The other two players fold, and we go heads up to the river, which is the jack of diamonds. Now my opponent decides to use a much larger sizing and continues for $400. When he uses this somewhat polarizing sizing, I expect the bottom of his value range to be jack x of clubs. Based on the action, he definitely could have a 4x combo or a full house as well. I find it very hard to believe that he'd go for thin value with worse than a jack x combo here. The 6-3 is a bluff catcher here, but not a particularly good one. I don't have any clubs, but I block some of the most natural bluffs like 7-6 and 6-5. I do make the fold, and my opponent does decide to show this one. He has the absolute nuts as he's flopped quads, so thankfully I didn't make this hero call.